Hey friends, what's up? Kaz here. Welcome back to another Minecraft server admin tutorial, otherwise known as just bucket tutorials. So, if you're joining me for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button down there. I do these every week, working on getting more done each week. If you have a suggestion for one that you'd like me to go over, feel free to comment below. I record those and give you a shout out like today. So this one's been suggested by Jotwa. I thought it was a pretty fun little plugin, so I thought I'd hit it real quick here. Got some others planned shortly, but feel free to suggest if you have some more in mind. So this one's made by Bickle007 and it's called RaceGames. So it's a way that you can set up parkour races or horse races depending on whatever you'd like. So I'm going to first show you how to set up tracks and how to set up the plugin, and then we'll go over how it works, and we'll be sure to hit some permissions and sign options that you have available. This is a really cool, really simple and quick and easy plugin. It works pretty much right out of the box, but you do need to modify some of the permissions for it to work normally. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to set a lobby. So the way that this plugin works is players will hit join or run the command to join, and they'll get teleported to a lobby, and then they can vote on the tracks that they want to do. And once enough people have joined, it will auto start the track. So let's go ahead, RG set lobby spawn. So the spawn of the lobby is set to your current location. So we don't have any tracks, so you can do RG tracks, and there are no tracks available. So we're going to set up a very short parkour course showing you some of the options that you have available for this. So what you want to do is come into your area and just do RG create track and then parkour. And then we're going to specify it to be a foot race. New track created and selected. So then what you got to do is RG add start. So you need to do this for each spawn point that you want to add here. So we're just going to add like 6, let's say. And if you want to see how many spawn points you've added for a track, you do RG spawns and then the track. So there are 6 spawns, so up to 6 people can join this track. If more people have joined the lobby and then it selects this track, if there's more than 6, then they will get kicked out at the start of it. So a couple things, that's all you need to do to get the track started. Pretty simple, I think. The finish block is going to be your redstone block. So side note of this, if you have a bunch of tracks in an open land area, make sure players can't get to the finish lines of each track, because I don't see a way that you can distinguish these finish lines. So if they can get to a finish line quicker on another track by cheating, then that's not a good thing. But that's pretty cool. Like, you just lay those blocks and the plugin is going to figure it out. The other thing is gold blocks are checkpoints. So after you walk over them, you'll get teleported back to it if you fall into standing water, which is what this is going on here. So you can make a parkour course where you have checkpoints and that stuff like that. So if you want to do a horse track, we'll go over here and create the horse track as well. RG create track riding, we'll just call it that, and then horse. So RG add start, and there we go. So we only need 2 because that's what we're gonna test. So now we got a checkpoint there, and then we got a finish point over there. So you can modify these blocks, what blocks are used in the config file. You can also configure the rewards in the config file. I'll show you that right here. Okay, so here we are in the server. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the configuration. There's not a whole lot to go over, but a couple notes. It does run off of 1.7.9 or Spigot. A couple notes on that, though. It doesn't matter. You will still get an error message that shows up when you start your game, which I'll show you here, right here. You still get an error message, but it does still work. You get some error messages throughout the whole thing. I'm sure the author is working on that, but it does still work in 1.7.9 as well as Spigot. So be sure to use those. So we're going to hop over to the plugins, and this is where you put your racegames.jar. And then I was using PEX for this demonstration. And then you can adjust your messages in here, which is kind of nice. If you want to change what it looks like once they join and win and all that stuff. Now here's the configuration. You can change the finish block from redstone block. You can change the checkpoint from gold block or stationary water. I'll put a link to the gibbles of what the name of all the items in Minecraft are in this full format. Just go ahead and check that and look up the block or thing that you want to change it to. You can change the countdown timer in here. You can change auto start to, I think by default it's 3. I had to set it to 2 because this is a demonstration. I only have one extra account that I can use. So if you set the reward command to true, then you can it'll run these commands when the race is over or when the person wins. Now this is the variable for first place, and then this is the items that it will give. I believe it's the same as these, so go ahead and check that link in the gibbles. And then the number, and then if they got third, and then 10th. Now if there's not 3 people or 10 people who played, then it won't run these commands, obviously, because they won't get executed. So that is all for that. All right, so real quick before we start, before I demonstrate how this works, like I said, I got those tracks created in no time at all. Here's my test dummy, but so what you want to do to create a join sign, RaceGames, oops, and then join, and there it is. Pretty quick and simple. So then the next one that you want, you're probably going to want it in your lobby, and that's going to be RaceGames leave. And there you can leave. And then if we want to create a voting sign, RaceGames, I always do the wrong one. There we go. Vote, and then we'll do parkour. And that's a vote for that. Vote, and then riding was the other track. So pretty quick and simple, like I said. The one thing to note is there are commands available for all of this. You got RG join, or leave, or vote, and then the track name. But and when you give them the permission notes to be able to do those, then they can use the signs. They can't use the signs unless they have the permission note. The permission nodes that you need by default is RaceGames.member. So by default, they will have options to see what commands they can run. They can see the tracks available, but they won't be able to join or leave or anything like that, which I think is kind of weird. If it's going to be default, it should just be, you shouldn't be able to use the plugin normally by default. But anyway, so you just need to add that to your default group, RaceGames.member, and then your moderators, which is RaceGames.moderator. They can't create tracks, but they can force stop and start a race, as well as kick players from the race. There's no individual nodes for being able to force start a race. I think that would be a good option for donors, but you know, whatever. And then RaceGames.admin, that's people can create tracks, they can do whatever they want with the plugin. So let's get in and show you guys how it works. Oops. Let me get myself out of God mode, and then I'm going to join the race. There we go. Let's get Zen Gamer up in here. There we go. We'll show you the parkour. So, oh, there we go. Now voting has started. So now we can vote. So once enough people have started, I just force started, and now we're both going to vote for parkour. And voting ends in 25 seconds. So we're just going to wait for that to time out, and we'll be back with you in a moment. I keep saying we like it's me and somebody else, but it's not. It's me and me. Okay, so now the track is selected, and it notifies what kind of track it is. And now it starts, and it's going to start in 45 seconds. So as you can see, we can't move at all. Here we're pretty stuck. And we're just waiting for the game to start. I just realized the XP bar also shows the countdown, which is pretty cool. Ooh, I like the sounds. Alright, so race has started. Timer's going in the upper right corner. It's going to tell you your personal best and the track best. And then here's the checkpoint. So if we fall in the water, we get teleported back to the checkpoint. So let me show you. If he does not walk over the checkpoint and falls in the water, he is back at the beginning. So let's go ahead and just finish this track. Oh man. Okay. And I finished after 29.98 seconds, and Zen Gamer's gotta go. Race has ended. I have won the game. So let's go ahead and, so it looks like you gotta rejoin after a match, which is kind of a little bit annoying, but that's fine. Let's show you what the horses look like real quick. I do like how the plugin tells you how to do all of the commands as it's going, which is really cool. It's just a really nice reminder. And you can see that countdown timer going in the XP bar again. And let's show you what the horses look like in a moment. Okay, so here we are at the horse track. Once again, can't move. Notice that we don't have any horses yet. Once the match starts... that's interesting. So, side note, be sure to have your regions world guarded and your races world guarded. Otherwise, people will be able to cheat like that. Okay, so here we go. Let's just take a look and see... And there we are. We have horses, and I got a wow. My horse looks awesome. What does Zen's look like? Yeah. So anyway, like we said before, be sure to world guard the regions, and the checkpoints work the same. Wow, he can really jump. Whoo! We jumped over the finish line. That's fine. So then you just walk over that. There you go. So that's a really cool, neat parkour-like plugin. It's really quick and easy, and will let you do races and see how fast you can do parkour courses against your friends. So hopefully you guys like it. Be sure to check the gibbles below for the links to that, as well as other information that is helpful for running this plugin and setting it up. And if you found this video helpful, please leave a like below. Or just comment, say, hey, thanks for the video, and if you have a suggestion, feel free to post that below. And be sure to download this plugin from the author and give it a whirl. It's really neat. I'm going to keep it on my mind because I might have an idea for it on my fan server. But this is Cos from McFriends reminding you guys all, enjoy the game, and God bless.
My tough
I
skin.
was kicked again.
Yeah, we wanted to let you guys know that your performance in the last match was subpar, so we're kicking you from the party.
Why are you kicking me the whole...